Crossroads tonight, we had 5 teams that are competing in the regional finals across the state of Texas and see if they can reach the state semifinals. So without further ado, let's check out all the highlights. First, we're traveling out to the Houston area where the Tidehaven Tigers are facing the East Bernard Brahmas, and they had on the back of their helmets there one of their teammates fortunately passed away, Ricky Rubio, in a car accident. So they played there for him, for his teammate, and guess what? They had a good start in the game. Cale Russell found top wide receiver number 3 TJ Galvin, and then later in that drive, Cale Russell makes a big time rush, gets himself all the way, how about reaching there to the pylon into the end zone, and Tidehaven starts off strong with that early 7-0 lead in this contest. But for East Bernard, back in the game when they played Tidehaven, it was 59-6 Tidehaven won. Now they have 8 players back there for East Bernard there on their team, and it took advantage. Their quarterback, Dan Bartlett, gets a touchdown pass. This game went back and forth, and East Bernard rallied back there from a 19-34 deficit to take the win, 34-31 in this contest. And now for Tidehaven, they officially end their season there. What a year they had for the Tidehaven Tigers. And also, they're one of my top teams there in my Friday Night 5 roast of the week. Fortunately, ends their season there later there tonight. Now over to 4A Division II, where another top district battle happened out with the Cuero Gobblers facing the Sinton Pirates. And this game was a thrill the first time these two teams meet in mid-October. 56-55 Cuero won. How would this game be here tonight? And starting off, how about Micah Green? He's a big-time running back there. Gets himself all the way into the end zone untouched. And again, this game was an offensive showdown. It was back and forth for both teams, as you can see. How about Jackson Marie stepping back there, taking his time with the throw and gets it all the way down there. That's actually to Xavier Bonner. That was what a throw that was there from Marie to get all the way for the end zone. Actually had that in the first contest against Sinton, but then the Pirates, they would respond right back. How about another touchdown there from Quincy Best to get a nice time play out there to his top target. And again, for Sin, back and forth game, and then finally then afterwards, how about Micah Green then takes over. He had a big-time game in the first matchup. This one untouched there to get into the end zone there for Sinton. This game went all the way back and forth, and then Sinton got a game-winning field goal as time expired there for the Pirates, and they officially win 45-42. Still, just like Tidehaven, what a year for the Cuero Gobblers. How about the Yoakum Bulldogs? They were trying to get revenge there versus the Columbus Cardinals in the regional final. First of all, they start off, how about Jace Morales? Does a good time, gets one man to miss, and he gets himself almost there on the ground, and then he gets himself inside the 2-yard line there for the Bulldogs. Then the next play after that, Xavier Barnett, we see him get big-time plays in the receptions, right? But this time he just calls his own number on the ground for the touchdown. And Yoakum strikes first with the early 7-0 lead in this contest for the Bulldogs. But then after that, this time Barnett does it again on the QB Cooper and gets one man to miss, trying to see if he gets in there inside the 5-yard line there for Yoakum. And then the next play after that, why not just, if it keeps working, just keep giving him the ball, Xavier Barnett. This time he just keeps the ball, gets into the end zone, and it would be just enough as Yoakum would win 20-14 in this contest. And for the Yoakum Bulldogs, they will be facing the team that I'll be showing next year with a game between Edna and Lano, as Lano officially won this matchup over Edna in a thriller come-from-behind victory there, 38-35. So that means Lano and Yoakum will face each other in the 3A Division I, their state semifinals. And finally out there for Shiner, they face the Junction Eagles. They took care of business, winning 22-6. They will face the Mount Enterprise Wildcats in the state semifinals. And finally,